So hello and welcome. This is Erica Glessing, and I'm really joyful today to introduce you to Sejal Friday. Sejal is an a law attorney, but she's got such a creative thing going right now with her own program that she's so excited about. And one of the things in our pre-chat, it was really interesting, showed up for both of us, was how you need to turn yourself on with things that are outside the box. And that just showed up immediately for us as we were chatting. So welcome, Sejal. How are you today?
I'm good. Thanks, Erica.
Yeah. So what got you into law? What drew you to that profession?
Well, my dad was, they're immigrants from India, and my dad always said that he started law school back in India, but he never got a chance to finish it. So this was one of those things that kind of got ingrained. And then as I got older, it was just like, I'm going to do it. And it was a really good career choice at that point. And I was able to make his dreams happen. So I was the first one too. So a little bit of pressure there, but not.
My parents, I remember distinctively when I graduated from UC Davis, and I had no idea what career I was going to do. At graduate, I majored in psychology, and I just didn't fit in the counseling profile. And I also didn't like animal testing, so I couldn't go that far in psychology because I just couldn't stomach it. So it was really interesting. And so my mom said, hey, why don't you get a job as a news reporter? And it was so interesting. They just were so happy when I chose that career because both my parents were in publishing and journalism, and my mom produced television. So it was like, when I remember when I chose that path, I can just remember their joy. I just remember they were like they didn't want to make me do it, but then when I chose it, they were just like, I can just see your dad's joy when you chose to get your law degree.
It was pretty amazing. I mean, his eyes would light up and he would get this big grin from ear to ear every time he'd talk about me. And they own their own business. So every time I'd go over there, there'd be customers coming into the store and they'd be like, you must be his daughter. And because we both have the same colored eyes, and they say, you must be his daughter. And he talks about you all the time about how you're a lawyer.
I know, because you have those big, beautiful green eyes. They're so pretty. Not that our audience can see them. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm just hogging the video, but I only show the audio for the Erica Glessing show. Tell us a little bit about this adventure into being an entrepreneur and just maybe how that's influenced your day-to-day.
Sure. So, that's something that I've always been thinking about, but just really scared to kind of go there. I had these, good paying, secure jobs where I didn't have to do a lot of my own marketing or sales and get my steady paycheck. But, even as an attorney, I was a defense attorney, but what I found what was happening all the time with me, Erica, was that whether I was talking to employers or employees, they'd be all telling me the same thing. And they'd all be saying the same thing, that, God, I wish I would have known that. If somebody would have told me that, I wouldn't have ended up here.
Yeah.
And so even as a lawyer, I felt more of an educator or a conflict resolution person. And so that kind of was like always in me. And then on a personal level, my friends and family, they're always like, God, you're always positive, upbeat. We love coming to you and talking to you about our problems. And, you've gone through a lot in life, but you still kind of have this like way of getting through it and dealing with it. So I just kind of felt, that I wanted to pursue that. And so finally, I don't know what happened, Erica. I turned 43 in November. And it was like now or
it's
never.
Always such a catalyst.
I'm going for it.
Birthdays I remember right before my 45th birthday, my favorite author's name is Madeleine L'Engle. She wrote A Wrinkle in Time. And her first Wrinkle in Time got published when she turned 45. So I remember right before my 45th birthday, I had that awareness, like that now or never, like I'm going to do this. And it was this like, what I think what you're showing me is what I felt. It was like this commitment energy, which is very different from maybe I will someday, isn't it? Tell us a little bit about that click. Explain that for people, because it's so important for people to really get clarity, to really choose something and not just sit there and think about choosing it,
Oh my God. I have to tell you, I've seen so many things so differently now than I did just like 3 months ago. And as I was telling you before we got on before we started the podcast, is that I've gone through my whole life following processes and procedures and meeting deadlines and doing well in school and getting good, performance evaluations at work, etc. But I always felt like a robot. Like I just was going to work, working my butt off, and then not really feeling like I was creative at all. I felt like, God, I don't even have a creative bone in my body. And since November, I developed my own website for my firm, and I've never even done that in my life.
Wow.
I'm waking up at like 3 or 4 in the morning and jotting down ideas about all these creative things that I want to do.
So exciting.
It's like a certain part of my brain just kind of like is on now.
I totally get it.
I love it.
Yeah. I'm actually, I'm not telling all my Erica Glessing Show listeners, but I'm creating a new podcast. And it's not instead of, it's as well as. And it's got a very focused theme, and it's a 5-day daily. And it's located in one specific community. So it's a very interesting show. It's very different from the Erica Glessing Show. And as I've gotten aware that I'd create it, so I'm doing more in a day. Mm-hmm. Like I'm so excited about the new thing, and I'm working on it so hard, but I don't want to lose my old thing. So it's fascinating, isn't it? Yeah. But tell us a little bit about your business and, how people can reach you and find out more about you.
Sure. I just put up my webpage this 1 a.m, by the way. So right along with Kristen. So it's Train Extra. It's just TRAIN with the capital XTRA.com.
Okay.
And so for people that I don't do websites, but I'm pretty proud of it for a novice, for someone that had no clue, right?
Well.
But yeah, I really appreciate you having me on the show.
But tell us I know I said we would end it quickly at that point, but tell us, it's employment help. What exactly do you provide?
Yeah, so I do employment law and counseling, but I'm primarily focusing in on training people, educating people about their rights. Sexual harassment training or discrimination training alone on its own is not enough. We all know that. It's basically down to the core, treating each other with dignity and respect.
I love it.
So I've made it my life's mission to just educate as many people as I can on these issues, because we spend a lot of our time at work. Yeah. We don't want to be in a work environment where we're feeling like we're being treated awful. And sadly, most of us spend more time at work than we do it with our families, right? So that's kind of what inspires me, to help people kind of feel better about their workplaces.
Perfect. Thanks so much for coming.
Thank you so much, Erica. Have a great day.